Well, hello. It has been a while since I have posted a video to all my 2 subscribers and my probably, I don't know, 30 views. But I did want to get on here today and just recap where my life is at the moment. As some of you know who watch my video, I was let go from my company about 3 months ago to the day. And I had been there for 27 years. It was very difficult, life-altering. Never thought that this would happen to me, which was a mistake. For those people who've been at their jobs for basically forever, most of their adult life, do not get comfortable. Really do not get comfortable. I thought that I had a network that would protect me, relationships that would watch out for me, a reputation that said that I was worth saving, and that wasn't true. After I was laid off, several colleagues were also laid off, and now just recently, my previous company is laying off more people, unfortunately. So this, the state of the world that we're in, more and more companies are laying off, which makes it more and more difficult to find a job. I think Amazon recently decided they were going to lay off like 30,000 people, something. I could be wrong. I just saw it on the news this morning, and I feel for all of them. And unfortunately, I feel that it also puts folks that are still looking for a job in a more difficult position. In these 3 months, it has been up and down, up and down. I've had some interviews with some great companies and thought one company, I was like, oh my gosh, the interview went great with a recruiter. Then I moved on to the director of talent acquisition, and then I was ghosted. And that job basically was a dream job. It was remote, the salary was right, the role was right. And if I haven't mentioned this before, I'm an executive assistant. And they were a startup company, small company. My previous company had over 30,000 people. This one was like 60. So you start to really think you're just not good enough. And when those rejection emails come in to roles that you know you're completely qualified for, you're just like, what? I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't have a degree. I have an associate's degree. I don't have a bachelor's degree, but I don't understand why, we're pursuing other candidates and thank you for applying, but no thanks. And those do begin to wear on your mental health. And you sort of think about, what else can I do? Maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And that's why I started a YouTube channel. It's not going obviously great, but I want to continue to do it. And whether one person sees it or 30 people see it, then it's something that I want to pursue. So all that being said, I have found a job. And all the jobs that I have applied for, probably over 100 jobs that I've applied for, this role that I got, thank you to them. They're a great company, still small company. It was referred to by a former colleague, and she had taken another position and she thought I'd be great at this role. She referred me, and whip bam boom, maybe 2 weeks later, I had this role. And I signed the offer letter a couple days ago. So no, just yesterday. I signed the offer letter yesterday. Is it the salary that I desired? No, unfortunately not. But it is still, it's remote. The team is great. The company is good, great actually, because of the impact that they're having on the world. I think that it will be a good match. Also, that being said, after being in a company for so long and then being out of work, trying to get back into this work mode is nerve-wracking. Exciting because you're thinking about all the possibilities, but also nerve-wracking because you've been in this same company for so long. This is what you know. This is what you're familiar with. So I am trying to mentally prepare for all new people, all new processes, and also thinking about how I can make an impact going forward. Because not having a job is difficult, but going to a new job after you haven't been out there in the world for so long is also very difficult. And I would say to folks going forward, maybe definitely don't stay at a job for more than 5 years, because you do forget what it's like out in the real world. And a lot of my colleagues are the same that have been laid off. They've been with the firm for 15 plus years. But I believe it'll be fine. It will be fine. But one thing I did want to share that I was watching a video of a young lady who's been unemployed for some time, and how they were looking for jobs and looking at job descriptions, how looking for a job is an actual job. And one thing that I did was set up a prompt in chat to look for jobs in my role, the things I wanted to do that in my area that were remote, and send me daily updates. So it would send me 3 or 4 jobs that were available, and it wouldn't send me the link to them, but they would tell me what they were so I could go and then look. Another thing that I did to make my search, a little easier was I would copy the job description in chat along with my resume and ask if it aligned. I know they have that on LinkedIn now, and it breaks it down, but for my own benefit, I put it in chat, had it review it, compared it to my resume, and see if it aligned really well, very strong, excellent, I'm overqualified, that sort of thing. That saved me a lot of time from reading all these job descriptions and also being discouraged in case it did not match me at all. And sometimes you might get to a point where you're like, screw it, I don't care if it matches me at all, I'm going to apply to this job. And now that I'm on my way to start working, it's like you actually start to appreciate the time off. And it's like, I've had all this time, what did I do with this time? Now I've done some LinkedIn learning that was helpful. I have made time for friends and family. My mother is in her 80s, so taking her doctor's appointments and things like that, I've had the flexibility to do that. And also, I think I mentioned in a video that I recently moved, and my oldest daughter and I moved in together. And so that has been, also an adjustment, a positive adjustment, but adjustment nonetheless. And that has given me time she has a second job, so I'm here in the evenings to watch the kids or things like that. It has been such a different period in my life these last few months. And I want to be able to be grateful and appreciate this time that I've had. And now that there's only a couple weeks left, it's like, oh my God, there's a couple weeks left. And then I'm back into the workforce, 9 to 5, 8 to 6, whatever it happens to be, and actually thinking about work. But I also want to think about the possibilities of what else what could be. Could I be doing something here on YouTube or TikTok? And shameless plug, my TikTok name is hot.tamales. I believe I'll put it on the screen. Please follow me. It is this social media thing that I don't know if I have anything to share, but sometimes it's really fun just to post. And that's sort of an outlet for me. I'm not going to be, I don't know, I'm not going to say I'm not going to be, but I most likely won't be some big time social media person. But shit, who knows? I like fashion, I like beauty. I am starting to get into investing, not big amounts, but I already had a Fidelity and a Schwab and an Acorns account. And so, when I think about it and I've got $5, $10, $50, I'm start investing in stocks and listening to different YouTubers who talk about investing and, because that is potential income that we can no longer leave on the table. And especially when you're in your 50s, that is so important. I just wish I would have started, like really started and paid attention when I was in my 20s. I wish someone would have said to me in my 20s, invest in your retirement now, put away what you can, and leave it alone. Nobody said that to me. And when I left a company years ago, I took out that money. It was taxed, and I'm still paying them taxes, girl. So keep your money in your retirement account. Open up your own IRA. You know what I'm talking about. Your Roth IRA. Start investing in it. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $50. Do some research, follow some people on YouTube, TikTok, there's plenty of them out there. Do your own research in the stocks and start investing, especially if you're in your 20s. I tell this to my children all the time. If I had known then what I know now, I don't think I'd be worried about this job. I would have had money in my retirement, although I could not take it out until I think you're 59 and a half. I would know that I would have this nest egg. I also wish that someone would have said to me back in my 20s, build a solid side hustle, start a business early. One, having a business is, it's a benefit to your taxes. I don't know the right terminology at this moment, but it's a benefit to your taxes to have a business. And as that business grows, I believe the tax benefit becomes even bigger, whether you're sole proprietorship, LLC, S corp, etc. I wish I would have done that. If you have a small business, do it. If you've been thinking about it, do it. I think it's so important. If you are working, put aside money in your retirement and take the match. I know I have stopped the contribution so many times, and I wish I never would have done that. Because you need the money, right? You need the money, so you stop the contribution. And also taking out 401k loans. Yes, I've done it. I'm still paying on it. Would I have done it before? Sometimes, because that money, when you change companies, that money, if you don't pay it all back, defaults. And what does that mean? Penalty. Okay? So invest in your retirement. Recap. If you're looking for a job, reach out to your network. Maybe someone you know has a job opening, or they didn't want a job, or they didn't fit for that job but think you would be great for it. Reach out to them, because that's the only way I got this job. Okay? 2, when you get a job, invest. 2, when you appreciate the time that you have right now, you're going to get a job. You will get a job. I know it seems like it's taking forever, but you will get a job. Be grateful for some of the time you have now. Utilize that time. Invest in yourself. Be with friends and family. Start a hobby. Okay? Maybe start investing. Pay attention to your investments. And you may not only be getting unemployment. Hopefully you've had some money saved. Take that money and invest it. Hopefully that money is also in a high yield savings account, so you're growing interest, but invest that money. And start a business if you can. I've gotten an EIN, but I haven't done anything with it. Start a business. Something. Like, make journals, digital journals, something, because that's a journey I'm on, trying to figure out what kind of business to create. This time should not be wasted. This time potentially could be a gift. I know it doesn't feel like it when you're getting rejection notices, and I'm coming from a hindsight situation right now, but even before, when we all first got laid off, it was, what if this was meant to be? And I know that sounds cringy, and I'm like, girl, please sit down. But what if it was? What if this was, as so many people say, rejection is redirection? What if it is redirection? What if this is a time to start something new? And now you have half a day looking for jobs and half a day investing in yourself. What if it works out? What if that other thing works out? I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure it out too. In my 50s, I'm still trying to figure it out. But what if I start some low cost, like the KDP or Lulu, or start a journal or a digital journal? What if that works out? And we're not talking about, become a millionaire or whatever, but we're talking about a side income that you could grow and use that profit to invest. Just something to think about. Anyway, thanks for watching the Ramblings of Renee. I really appreciate you being here. And hopefully I will be posting another video at some point. I'm going to try to stay consistent. That's my problem, is consistency. But I know you're better at it than I am. So I wish you the best of luck. Take care.